Never cross your arms.
What do I do with my hands? Hey guys, it's Mike with Last Line of Defense here with Travis Haley of Haley Strategic. We're in here at his warehouse. We're gonna be looking at his truck, which is part of his Last Line of Defense. So come with me, we'll take a little bit of a closer look. We'll talk about why he's driving what he's driving and some of the gear that he keeps inside.
All right, so this is a first time, okay? So I don't normally talk about my first or second or last line of defense. So you're getting kind of an insight, especially because it's still a work in progress. Obviously, it's pretty stripped right now, besides the front runner rack, the Baja lights, but there's gonna be some CBI coming on the front, some winches, CBI bumpers on the back. Obviously, the sides are still pretty bare, so I'm still looking for a good set to put on the side there. For me, I like a truck that can go a lot of different places. I've always been a kind of big Toyota guy. Used to have a Sequoia before my first Tacoma. This is my second Tacoma. And the Sequoia was a little big for me, gas hog, just didn't go into places I needed. I didn't need a lot of space inside. So, and for me, really it's about being outside, being on the road, going anywhere that I want to go, camping, hiking, hunting. But biggest thing for me is flying, because I got to have a place to put my Sky machine. So that's where you can see in the back. I run a lot of flying sports, from skydiving to speed flying, paragliding, and then paramotoring is kind of my big thing. This is a Scout paramotor. It's all carbon fiber, and it's easy for me to just put right in the back with the flip top. And it's, if I want to go flying, it's as simple as pull it out. I can even start it up right here, let it warm up, when I'm ready to go, sling it on my back and take off in less than 3 minutes or so. Put it back away is pretty easy as well. About 60 seconds. And again, this gives me the opportunity, especially for you guys that are like overland dudes, you want to go out and you really want to see stuff, or like take the kids. We do fly camping. That's a big thing now. So we can pull it out of the truck, go check out a crater, a canyon, a waterfall, a lake, pitch a tent. We keep all our stuff on us. And it just opens the door to a lot of new places that we typically maybe not be able to drive, or maybe I can scout out the next place that I want to go. And then to be able to put it in and out really quickly, it's I think it's more of a convenient sport than most any that I've ever done. Even motocross or enduro, it takes me more time to put the vehicle in there, get it out, get it started up and everything. This is just easy for me. So this is my jam here. That's what I love doing.
He's been trying to convince me to get into it. What do you guys think? Should I? Comment down below. Let me know.
Only takes about 10 days of solid training. And a lot of guys ask me about flying. Like, how do I get into that? But it looks intimidating. It's actually very easy to do. It's a very safe sport. I would highly suggest the guys at Team Fly Halo for training. They probably have some of the best guys. There's a lot of great people out there that teach it, but those guys are probably the best, and they have the best equipment as well. As far as up top, fuel for the paramotors or whatever else that I need, I've got my bags. They're not mounted down right now. It's just to show you guys what kind of configuration I might have depending on where I'm going. To put my camping stuff up there, stuff that I can't fit in the back because I might have paragliders or other camping gear, etc., etc. Coming over here on the inside, I'll show you guys kind of an inside to how I set up my vehicle for just being on the road in general. You know, not necessarily from a paranoid standpoint, but from just an equipment standpoint, that the things you might need. I guess starting right here at the door, you never know what you're gonna have. So I always have medical, because you're gonna find, especially if you're a gun guy, right, and you carry a gun for self-defense or upholding a higher standard of care for society, you're gonna use medical stuff way more than you ever will probably a gun. So I wanna always make sure I have it and know how to use it as well. So I've got everything from EpiPens in here to trauma kit stuff, just stuff that I might see in an accident typically. As far as other gear, because I do live in a world where it's not the best, so I might need some extra mags. Little survival kit here that's got the essential mission 3 stuff. So rules of 3 for me are basically, keep it simple. If you can go 3 seconds without a good mindset, you're screwed, right? You gotta have a good mindset. 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 hours without warmth, so fire, shelter stuff is all inside of this. 3 days without water, so water's not really a priority, but I got a straw in here. I've got some tablets if I need it. And then, of course, 3 weeks without food. So there is no food in this, obviously, because my body can sustain for a long period of time, as we all can. I've got food in the back of the truck as well if I need it. As far as the other stuff, I always carry a Moore knife. I'm a big Moore knife guy. I think it's really one of the best and most simple and cost-effective survival blades out there. So I always keep one of those. As far as the HSP carrier that we make with G-code, you can see it's just a paddle system with the Cobra paddles. I got 60 rounds for 5.56 in this case, an extra Glock bag. I've got our Def Light here that fits in our new carrier that's coming out soon, and a tourniquet, because that's always good to have. And of course, if you ever need, you got smoke, and don't ever leave home without your frags. Okay? Just kidding, they're not real, but you never know. Okay.
You never know.
Other guns, I mean, I've always got my gun on me, but if I got a vehicle gun, it's kind of set up kind of like a home defense gun. This is just a Glock here. Got an X300 on it with the laser, extended mag, got 13 sights, and this is a little suppressor, the K model Omega from Silencer Co. The extra mags and stuff. And then, of course, I've got anywhere I can go, like if I'm going to go hiking or something with the kids or family, rules of 3, right? So I still got fire and shelter stuff inside of this little water bottle here. This is one of our water bottles that's coming out soon as well. And moving into the back, because I'll work around to the other side. Again, still everything is a work in progress in here. Sometimes I'll have different configurations in here, from like the gray man plates where you can add all your bags. Right now it's out because I'm reconfiguring the vehicle. I've got my flat pack here that's got a little bit of everyday go stuff. I'd also have another one that's a go bag as well with other missing essential equipment. This is something I talked about in the last podcast with Mike. This is from Christian at Uncharted Supply Company. They're out of Park City, Utah. And this is kind of a fantastic kit for people that aren't really the prepper mindset. They're not going to sit there and build their own kits. This is everything in it. So if you're more interested in this kind of thing, man, check out his website and look at it. It's great to have in a car. It's great to have in your house or in a business for any type of catastrophe, whether it's urban, rural, earthquake, fire, all that stuff. So I definitely check that stuff out. Stuff inside the back seats. Down in the bottom, I'll have everything from shovels, like e-tools here. I've got some sawed axes down in there. I've got some breaching tools in case I need to get into something like a crashed vehicle. I need to pry somebody out. Jumper cables, you know, the usual suspects. In the back of my seats, I've got fire extinguishers back there. I've got some extra chow. I think they're Mountain House meals, just in case I do need that extra food for a little bit longer sustainment. Maybe I roll my car off a cliff in the ice or something, and I'm on a closed road in the mountains, and nobody's coming for me for a couple of days. I've got everything in the vehicle that I can survive off of. And that's pretty much it on most of the stuff. And I know you guys always ask, well, what gun do you carry, right? Well, I always have a gun on me for most of the part, depending on places that I can and can't go. For rifles, I normally don't share this, but I'll typically have something with me. Again, depending on where I'm at. So this is kind of my BCM go-to gun here. So it's all configured out for everything that I need to do, from low light to laser nod work. This is sporting and again, this is just one variation of many that I have. I'm not really tied to certain guns. This has a Defiance front sights and rear sights, has a Holosun laser, which is actually a fantastic laser. I'm really fond of this thing. The compact size and the power it puts out. This is a Holosun Elite Series optic that I'm testing currently right now. Got our D3 sling, and of course all the great Bravo Company accessories. Okay. Something else a little bit smaller. I do love my little Honey Badger. This thing is small, compact, and 300 blackout. So I've got the mission essential stuff in here from the Leopold. Small dot. Got it in force so I can just run something slick and keep it at 12 o'clock. So that's becoming kind of a fun little go-to gun for me. And then my always faithful is my Rifle Dynamics 74. So this thing is with me all the time, pretty much, because it's reliable. I love this gun. It can blast targets out to 800 meters with combat effectiveness. And it's a super fast gun. I know some of you guys have probably seen this on the internet, but this is one of my favorites. And that's just a couple of configurations that I might run to, again, depending on where I'm at. So guys, that's the nutshell, pretty much it.
Cool.
Maybe check back in later when you see it all built out.
Yeah, awesome. You can follow along with Travis on Instagram, or I'll put some of his links down below as well. But yeah, another Tacoma guy in the Tacoma family. So if you have any other questions, ask him down below, and I'll figure it out, or he'll figure it out, and we'll get back to you.
Thanks, dude.
All right, guys. Thanks for your time. Take care. filming some other stuff, taking a D7 handgun course, just did a first podcast with him. So all kinds of cool content coming out with Travis. But while I was here in his little garage, warehouse, hangar, man cave, whatever you want to call it, I thought it was a good opportunity to kind of go through his truck, seeing that I also have a Tacoma. You guys are probably into it. He's gleaning some ideas from my truck, which is I would recommend because it's stuff I chose.
3, 2, 1.